Welcome to the Fear Fiction Podcast. Fearfic is the term for short horror fiction, mostly posted on the web. It includes any and all related subgenres. Join three assholes talking basement goo Slimebeast, inebriated interstellar traveler Abysmii, and irritable ghostly man horde Dead Palette, as they read all stories horror and internet related, paragraph by paragraph, and bullshit while they do it. From adolescent revenge fantasies to subtle postmodern narratives about real-life events and everything in between, they read it and critique. You better believe it. Kick it to the cold open, white boy.
Loki, I'm thinking about becoming a rapper.
Okay, but don't call me Loki.
Loki's already taken, so you may want to get a different name.
Well, that's
Ike?
why I've called you all here. I need to workshop some rap names. And I have a few in mind. I just want to run them by you, okay?
Well, my first question is going to be, what type of rap are you doing? Are we like doing mumble rap? Are we doing SoundCloud emo boy shit? Are you doing traditional hip hop? What's your angle?
I kind of want to hit. I want to hit all the bars. I want to hit all the kind of be. I want to be the Ryu of rap. I want to be well balanced.
If Dead Palette is going to be reading his verses, it's going to be mumble rap.
No. Okay. So here's the first name I'm thinking about. Just throwing this one out there. Ultra Black.
Already taken, not as a rapper, so you would be able to get it, but that's gonna step on some toes. I wouldn't go with that.
No, I just threw that one out there as like a shot in the dark.
Yeah.
Can I give an alternative to some of these names, like maybe Matt Black?
Ooh.
I'm not going to bemoan that. It's like, I get it. That one's fine. Let's move on to the next one. Okay.
Okay.
Black Moose.
Is it Moose or Moose?
Yeah.
Like
how do you
dessert?
spell moose?
Yeah. No. It's just Mooz.
Black Moose.
Black Moose.
Sounds Yiddish, which isn't a bad thing. It's just I think it's going to confuse your audience.
Yeah. You're going to get all these Hasidic Jews buying your album, being like, "What is this? How do I get down to this?
What is this?" No, I completely understand. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're doing this. So I'm not insecure. I don't feel attacked. This is a safe space, and I just want you to share your feelings. But this one, I really feel is pretty good. Black Man.
Wasn't that a superhero film starring the Wayans brothers?
Is that copywritten?
Maybe.
Being is saying that that's copywritten, but I thought that was good, kind of like Method Man or Red Man. It would just be like another caller, right?
I mean, I know like the point is to be derivative these days with your names for recognition, but I don't think the kids are really gonna. Ooh, that'll work.
Okay, so I got to be real. I'm kind of running out of options here, but this one I think is a home run. I think you guys are going to really like this one. Some of my lyrics, like, I'm kind of like all over the place, but I lean socially conscious, so I'm thinking Martin Luther Black.
People don't really... No one in America knows who Martin Luther is, so...
Right.
It's too obscure for them to... there's that weird middle ground of it's obscure, so hipsters like it, but if it's too obscure, people just don't get it.
And
people just don't pay attention in church, to learn who Martin Luther was and his relevance to the Reformation and everything. So.
Exactly. So people are fucking dumb. But I do think, as Slimebeast suggested, I do think if you go downtown and you hit up that first open mic night and introduce yourself as a little black man, shit's going to go down.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Shit's definitely going to go down. Now, do we know if there is a Black Man already? Like, does somebody own Black Man already?
I can't imagine.
Let me see here.
Look
I'm
up,
do a quick
I want you to Google,
search.
I want you to Google, I don't know, just some Google term just to bring up as much results, like owning Black Man.
I'm going to do little black man.
What? And instead of Black Moose, what about Blackalope?
Ooh.
Blackalope.
You know what? Blackalope, a little too Canadian.
Canadian?
When I say Black Moose, like, you can find moose everywhere, but like Jackalope plus black, I don't want people to think that I have to do with that wildlife kind of lifestyle.
So
I don't want people to get those connotations.
You don't want people to think you're Canadian, so my other suggestion was going to be Justin That's Trudeau.
I think we have to abandon this entire, just this line of thought, because Racist Black Man already has a lot of plays on SoundCloud, so...
Racist Black Man?
Yep.
I don't think that's possible. Oh, it's like an oxymoron, I get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, I think we gotta take a completely different angle for your branding here.
Oxymoron. DP, what do you think of the name Black Moron?
What about Lil Oxy?
Lil Oxy! Lil Oxy.
You know what? Spitballing here. What if I just go with black? Black. What if it's just black?
Black?
Yeah.
I looked up Lil Oxy, and the first thing that comes up is a song called Oxycontin by Lil White.
Fucking damn it. So somebody is already Little White. If you become Little Black, you're going to have, beef already. You're going to have beef already.
Well, that's good, though.
It's my favorite canned pasta.
That's good, though. Yeah. You want beef out the door.
We could have...
Beef out the door is my favorite to-go restaurant.
Beef out the door. We could... myself and Little White... me Black, him Little White, we could make a collaboration album called Pokemon Black and White, the rap album for rap fans.
Pokemon Black and White, the rap album for rap fans. I like that title. It rolls off the tongue.
That's Nintendo pivoting towards the urban demographic.
So we are at the Pokepasta.
Maybe you want to go with something a little more, as a real name, you could be Black Ed. What do you think about that?
Do
you want to be Black Ed?
You know what? You know what? I kind of like that, but here's what I'm thinking. Let's just get rid of the space, because, that's not SEO optimized.
Right.
I want it to be brief and quick. So instead of Black Ed, what if we just smish those together and it's just blacked?
Abysmii, search blacked and see if it's taken.
Well, before I do that, I think we should just incorporate your first name, because that's kind of hot right now.
Wait.
Brandon Blacked, I think, is a great rapper name.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But it turns out that Blacked, that hole was already filled.
Damn
it. It's about as filled as it's going to get.
Tell me, DP, are any Lil Whites involved? What? Lil White.
That's perfect. Absolutely.
How about Perfect Black?
Oh.
Okay, but you have to be a nerdcore rapper. You can only talk about one thing, and that'd be nerd shit.
So he only needs the core part.
Yeah, totally.
We're at the Pokepasta website.
I love how before we started this episode, DP was like, I have a killer cold open that will offend nobody. It's totally non-controversial. There's no chance of anyone stepping on any landmines.
I think we navigated that subject quite gracefully, if you ask me.
Yeah. How about Black Grace?
How about we black out and start reading Perfect by Starbite on DeviantArt?
Really?
Yeah.
The Starbite?
Star-Bite, for anybody looking on DeviantArt. How about Never mind.
Oh, they're still around.
They're still around, and they're making their sounds.
They've been to Deviant for 11 years, which is probably how old they are. They're writing Pokepastas.
They got a DeviantArt account when they were born.
Their parents signed them up.
Drawing inflated Muppet babies.
Inflated Muppet. Oof. Oof. Okay. All right. Let's get into this guy. I squinted my eyes, trying to read what the screen was telling me. All of the mixed colors were so confusing.
Racist.
I had hardly learned how to properly read those strange lines yet. I focused, trying to remember the letters I learned in class and how to pronounce them.
That's in a quotation mark, by the way.
Yeah, this is weird.
Quote, what? I focused, trying to remember the letters I had learned in class and how to pronounce them. No end quote, because it's not a quote. It's part of the story. Okay, anyway.
What? Waddle? I mumbled, not really understanding what the word meant, or if I had got it right. How do you get the mark confused with waddle?
What?
How do you get Mark confused with waddle?
Guys, let's just see if it starts making sense, okay?
Hey, everybody, Waddle Plier here.
My big brother.
I don't see color.
I'm a big, fat racist. Chica, I've trained you to bite black people. Few people know that. Markiplier has trained his dog to be racist.
Is that who that is?
Yeah. My name is Markiplier. I don't like living in mixed neighborhoods.
Please put Markiplier in the tag so we incur the wrath of 15 million people.
Hashtag racist Markiplier.
What is occurring? Is there something I don't know about Markiplier other than like?
No.
I highly doubt he's a racist.
I'm inventing a meme for our show. Just let me.
Okay.
Racist
It's like
Markiplier.
spaghetti. You throw it at the wall, see what sticks. You know.
That's not how you eat, Slimebeast.
That's how I eat. I absorb it off the surface.
Food goes in the orifice.
Nope.
Yeah. My big brother snatched the DS out of my hands. Apparently, I didn't get the word right.
Okay.
So this is not happening in the Pokemon universe. This is people playing Pokemon.
I don't know. Ash played the SNES.
Haunted video game cartridge store. Why are you even looking at my trainer card? I'm going to redo that. Why are you even looking at my trainer card? I opened my mouth.
That's the sound of a big brother.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! I can't believe you do that.
Hey,
my
it's
God.
It's almost 2020. So
So you're
Shut your
saying big
mouth.
brothers can be
big sisters.
Yes.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Having not really thinking of a response
jeez.
yet, but wanting to look smart, but he cut me off anyways. Whatever. Who is talking? Who is saying what to whom? I'm so confused. He fumbled around with a DS, pressing buttons in a mystical pattern.
It's just like one of those, like, tired of your DS slipping out of your hands, and it's like a black and white footage of, like, a guy just like, oh, I can't keep it in my hands. Oh, if only there was some sort of neat futuristic wrist strap to keep my DS secured to my hands.
Has this ever happened to you? He like picks it up and drops it down a set of stairs.
Why
Oh,
is this
no.
taking place in the Ukraine, by the way?
You know why.
Hey, it's me. I'm a Ukrainian. I like a spaghetti. I have no idea what's happening.
Why is Ukraine Italy?
Ukraine.
Ukraine, yeah.
That's a good gamer country.
It's the name of a
pressing
Pokemon.
buttons in a mystical pattern I couldn't imagine ever perfecting. Yeah, all them buttons. After a minute, he gave it back to me. I eagerly clutched the game. The character was standing in the middle of the dirt road once more, ready for battle. I was relieved, as I didn't really know how to exit out of that trainer card, as my brother put it.
How old is this kid? A babby? Is this
Even then, dude,
small
like,
Muppet
kids know
babby?
how to play video games these days. That's the first thing they fucking learn.
My brother handed it back to me. My character's name was now Dick Butt.
Jesus Christ. What's a dick, I asked, followed by, what's a butt? Just be sure not to mess anything up, idiot. I gasped in utter shock. He had said the I word.
That's not a thing.
Better than
You
some
wouldn't
other
even
words.
know that the word idiot begins with an I.
Yeah.
That's true.
You can't spell.
Maybe that's a lowercase L and not an uppercase I.
Idiot.
You idiot. You aren't supposed to say that. Mommy and Daddy aren't here. They can't hear me all the way at the grocery store. I can say all I want.
I am just imagining Markiplier saying all that.
Mommy and Daddy are at the grocery store. He taunted as... Fuck.
This is how people learn to be internet bullies. Okay, guys?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He taunted as he resumed playing his DSi. The I
Digital subscription information?
Yeah. Dick sucking.
Dick sucking.
Ah!
Oh my god!
Dick sucking in sync.
Dick Sucking Institute.
Dick Sucking Institute. Welcome to the Dick Sucking Institute. Now, if you'll excuse me, glarg, 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 glarg. I scowled at his despicable behavior and instead turned my attention back to my game. Or, to be more precise, his game. I wasn't allowed to have a video game of my own yet, considering how I could barely read. I could barely
What?
afford gold.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could barely read, so I wasn't allowed to play games yet. I looked out at the children playing hopscotch and couldn't understand it.
If you can't read the terms of service, you can't own a video game, honey.
That's true.
Sweetie. Sweaty. All of the thoughts pushed to the back of my mind. I started walking around the patch of grass closest to me. I started thinking about how Heart Gold game was so fun, even though I couldn't understand what anyone was saying. Just as I was thinking about how I could plead to my parents to buy me my own game, the screen flashed and I entered a battle.
Oh, okay, there's an inconsistency of, I don't know what Pokemon is. What's Heart Gold when you wouldn't have, is Heart and Gold two different versions?
Yeah, no,
how
Heart
do you get
Gold
Weddle from
and Soul
Mark?
Silver.
Okay,
so Heart Gold is a version. Okay, never mind.
You know, like opposites, like black and white and heart and gold.
Spleen Silver.
Purple and air. You know, that type of
thing.
Green and the Armenian genocide. Okay, there's just opposites.
Yeah, the green
Are you voting
exists.
for the Green Party or the Armenian genocide denying party?
God damn it.
My rival approached me and said, Turkey did nothing wrong. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
The Pokemon that appeared on the other side of the screen looked absolutely adorable. Plus, it was pink, my favorite color.
Ah, so our narrator is female. Okay.
You don't know that. It's almost 2020 Slimebeast. It's sparkling.
It is 2020. What are you talking about? You're not going away for 2 weeks. What are you talking about?
It sparkled and I let out a squeal. I found a Whopper. My big brother sighed and shook his head in a, what am I going to do with you kind of manner, then spoke, you Dumbo, this isn't Burger King, and you don't have foot lettuce.
Hey kid, this isn't Burger King, this is a bathtub.
I think you should go. You Dumbo. It's Whooper, not Whopper. I huffed. Whatever, and went back to the battle, eyes gleaming.
No, it's not whatever. Okay.
You named the Whooper whatever.
True.
Yeah. I was controlling some ugly rat thing that had the number 10. Been there, done that.
Level.
You give him a number 10.
Number 10. Some ugly
rat thing.
The last thing you want to see in my videos is some ugly rat thing, yet here it is. I can't explain it. Do you know why it's in my video? Good.
No, I got nothing.
No, go.
Oh. The pink Whooper had the number 6. I clicked on the word that started with F. They started fucking... No. Since I knew that...
Fraudulent.
Yeah.
You bend over the Whooper and fill up the hole in that.
God damn it. Since I knew that would let me attack, even though I didn't know how to pronounce it. Alright. Gotta use a not really strong attack to make it weak. I felt proud of myself for at least knowing a little bit on how to control the game. I clicked on Cut, since I didn't think it was tough. Plus, I could actually read it. Alright, what do we think of this so far?
I'm not convinced that they can't read, but they know enough that they know. Like, just as far as being this intellectually developed and literate, like, it just, I don't think so.
It's like that old sketch of, like, it's like somebody in a foreign country and they're like, sorry, do you speak English? And they just look around. It's like, no, I'm afraid I don't speak any English. You might want to ask that guy over there. He's been taking classes. Hey, Frederick, do you know any English?
Yeah.
I think I would be more along with it so far if it had just mentioned not being able to read very well, like, once.
Yeah.
Because it seems to recur a lot, and it's like, okay, I got it.
Well, they're clearly setting up, I didn't read something, but the audience will be able to read it, and then we'll know something they don't, and...
Yeah, maybe, like, well, at least if that happens, that's a cool mechanic.
Yeah.
Of, like, an idea. Radface used Cut. He attacked the pink Whooper. Critical pink Whooper.
Yeah.
Isn't that like, wait, what is a Whooper?
It's
a dumbass looking Pokemon.
Yeah.
Is it like the son of Wobbuffet?
Yeah.
The son of Wobbuffet, the next Pokemon movie.
So it's a pink one.
Wobbuffet is the next Mandalorian installment.
They're gonna remake the Passion of the Christ, but with a Wobbuffet.
Forgive them, for they do not know what they do. Whooper? So Woopers are naturally blue, and if this is a pink one, it's a shiny Whooper.
Whoa. Epic.
Critical hit. I didn't know what the word meant. You can't read that.
That's two words, too.
I didn't know what the word meant, but I gasped when the pink Woopers bar was at red. I knew what that meant. It was about to die. It attacked the rat with water gun, but it didn't. How do you read that? Didn't hurt him much. I clicked on the bag option and looked around at all the choices until I found one with red and white ball picture. Guys, don't Google red and white ball picture.
If your balls are red and white, respectively, see a doctor.
What's
Sir,
red and white and likely cancer?
You had a ball transplant. That's why your balls are different colors. That doesn't even make any sense.
No,
that makes no sense because the balls are inside the sack.
DP, are you gonna write a new story, Demon Ball?
What if someone got the outside of their, like, the actual scrotal sac tattooed red and white, so the balls appeared red and white?
Oh my god, tattoo a Pokeball on your ball sack and then call out your attacks in bed. Go, Squirtle! Use Harden! That's an old joke.
Use water sports.
God damn it.
That joke is almost as old as me.
She fainted. Well.
I selected it and threw it at Wooper. None of this makes any fucking sense. It's good to read.
Yeah, it's just describing in very boring detail how to play Pokemon.
It's really fun to read an old-fashioned fucking Pokepasta. It's just refreshing every once in a while.
Yeah. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your DS. Sweat started to pour down my forehead in not how you spell suspense.
Balls are sweaty, knees weak, arms and heavy. Suspense.
On my sweater already.
Suspense on his suspenders already.
Big Brother's DSE.
Big Brother's DNA? What the fuck?
Yeah,
what kind of animes are you watching?
The good ones. Click. Yes. I jumped for joy when I saw I had successfully caught my pink Wooper. It just sounds like innuendo. Oh, don't enjoy it.
I caught my own pink Wooper.
Don't believe the lies. We're not making Woopers out of pink slime.
Mm-mm.
It's, look, Jimmy, you're 16. It's about time you caught your first pink Wooper. I started moving my feet and waggling my arms, doing a little dance of my own I made up as I went along. Okay. I only stopped when I dropped the DS, barely catching it in time before it collided with the floor. Hey, watch it! I told you to be careful with that. Man, you're so stupid at times.
Hey,
my brother
guys,
criticized me.
Guys, I foresee a long and healthy future for the mean older brother.
Nah, boys will be boys.
I think he's going to grow to an old age and won't be dead at the end of the story.
Totally. Well, sorry, I'm just really happy that I caught a pink Whopper, I retorted back. It's Wooper, wait, a pink one? It's supposed to be blue, not pink. Give me that. Sex ed was a lie. He reached out and snatched the game from me once more before I could react.
His eyes grew wide as he stared at the game. Whoa, how did you digitize your pink Wooper and get it into Pokemon?
With eyes wide open.
Yeah. Whoa, you actually caught a shiny. Yeah, it did sparkle when I found it. I want to name it Shelly. What the fuck? I shouted out to him. Oh, okay. I shouted out to him, despite him being able to hear me clearly enough. Shelly. That's a stupid name.
Martha.
Yeah.
Our mom's name is Martha.
Oh my god, could you imagine Batman v Superman, but it's like his DS falls out of his pocket and Batman goes, "Why'd you name your Wooper Martha?" Why? My Wooper's name is Martha.
Save Wooper.
I mean, we joke, but that's what's actually on the Snyder Cut.
Oh, yeah.
That's why they wouldn't let it in the theaters, because they know that it would have resonated with people too much.
Yeah, it would have made the movie too popular. Shelly, that's a stupid name. But since you caught it, I guess just this once. Plus I can change it to Dick Butt later. Doesn't say Dick Butt. He pressed some more buttons, and in a flash, I had the game back. Okay.
And every time Superman isn't playing Heart Gold for the DS, everyone should be asking, why isn't Superman playing Heart Gold for the DS?
God damn it. Pokemon Kryptonite, the new...
Okay, Schneider, okay. And then the studio came in and ruined it.
I like to think of Zack Snyder as like the way they portray George Lucas in certain things, where he's like, I want him to do this, I want him to do that, I want Batman to play Pokemon. I don't know.
I hot take. I like Batman v Superman.
I like half of it.
Which half, Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Neither of them. Just singularly Lex Luthor, because he's the coolest character.
Oh my god.
Who is super psyched for Robert Pattinson as Batman?
After seeing him in The Lighthouse, he can't go wrong. Like, if anything goes wrong, it won't be his fault.
Are you
perfectly fine actor?
Like in a lighthouse, or like you just were watching him one day when he was climbing the lighthouse? Okay.
I stalked him to Newfoundland, and I found him in that lighthouse.
I found you. That's what Abysmii said.
Catch you.
I grinned maniacally when I saw the pink creature standing behind the trainer. I pressed the A button and talked to it. A heart popped out of its head.
Nope.
And some words appeared. Heart pooped about its head?
Yeah.
Pooped about its head. It says popped about its head. And some words appeared. Whoa! Shelley suddenly hugged you.
Whoa.
Oh.
I don't know you like that, Shelley Duvall.
We just met. I just enslaved you.
Back up. I don't want to cut myself in your giant fucking teeth.
Jesus Christ.
I could only understand the word hugged. But just that sent me into a fit of giggles.
Okay.
She's so cute. I spoke aloud to myself. Who? Oh, that Wooper? It's a boy, you know. Oh, trap Wooper.
Somebody's gonna get whooped.
Are trap Pokemon gay?
My big brother informed me she never looking up from his game.
So I don't mind the use of the fact that the little sibling can't read everything, like doesn't have whatever literate level that he needs. But we should be like seeing this through the big brother's eyes. So the little brother's looking over their shoulder and playing, keeps saying, oh, look, it's a Whopper. It says Wooper. You know I can't read. And it just keeps getting things wrong.
Right.
But then we don't have to constantly be questioning, how come you know this word, not that word?
Or the narrator of the story could just be like, I couldn't read things, but anyway, I'm just going to describe it now as it normally would be. You know, not in those words, but, you know, instead of this constant thing of I couldn't read, it would just be like, you know, I now understand that I used, you know, this, or looking back, it was, you know, that, or whatever.
Maybe, aside from the narrator, maybe the author still can't read.
Oh, rude.
Dab.
Welcome to the Fear Fiction Podcast, where we don't make fun of authors. We
don't mean it if we say something.
That is just me being a bully, and I apologize for making a joke.
Is this you in the story, the older brother?
Fucking stupid kid. Oh my god, it's a boy. Why does it have a blue vagina? Shut up. That's a boy vagina.
It's 2020. Boys can have blue vaginas. Shh, just watch yourself. Watch yourself.
True.
Good old cotton candy vag boys.
Cotton candy vag boys, roll out!
Comment below this YouTube video on this webpage if you got that blue cotton candy boy vag ready and willing.
I think we found your rap name. Blue Cotton Candy Boy Vag, featuring Lil White.
God damn it. Oh.
Off the hit song, Sucrose Suck Job.
Alright, Abysmii, drop a beat. DP, let's hear some bars. Go.
My badge is blue. Dropping glue.
End of album.
Ready to catch that Pokemon. Come in here, Mew.
God damn it.
We're done. End the episode.
Come in here, Mew. Then I'll come in you.
Damn it.
Then I'll screw you, and you.
And Mewtwo, too.
With my blue pubes.
God damn it.
For 2 Live Crew.
2 Live Crew has put out a statement saying no, thank you.
This is brought to you by Mountain Dew Gamer Fuel. Do the do.
Oh, fuck.
MC Chris, move over.
So, who's doing what and why?
I think it's my turn. I froze in place. My giggle's quickly dead. It's a boy? My brother mindlessly nodded his head as a response, still focused on his game. I looked back at the Wooper and just stared dumbly at it for a moment. Ew! That's so gross. It's a boy and it's pink? My brother seemed to just ignore me. I clicked on a button with the green ball and switched the rat to the first slot instead of Shelly.
Man,
okay.
I know how that feels.
This took a political turn.
I know how that feels when you're with somebody and they go, ew, you're a boy and it's pink. And I'm like, what? Okay.
Huh? What?
Right. I was utterly... What?
Don't you hate it when your little brother's a turf?
Up next on Little Turfy.
Number 15, little brother Pokemon turf. The last thing you let your little brother to be is a trans-exclusionary radical feminist.
Is your little brother watching Fox and Friends too often? Here are the signs.
Well, I don't think there are any turfs watching Fox and Friends. Are there turfs watching Fox and Friends?
I don't know. I went for some dumbass show that's probably horribly discriminatory. I don't know.
I don't...
Oh, man. Anyway, Abysmii is an astro turf. I was utterly disappointed and my heart sunk. Shelly was so cute, but I didn't want it if it was going to be a boy. Join the club. Whatever. I walked back...
The one Pokemon policy?
Yes.
One gender Pokemon policy.
I walked back in the grass and tried to find another one to catch, which would hopefully be a girl this time. The screen flashed. I entered into another battle.
Wait. So, our protag is fine with it being a girl, just that the color's wrong.
We don't know if the narrator is a little girl.
Either way, whatever, keep reading.
Imagine that with, like, any other... with, like, humans. It's just like, okay, we all agree. Men have to be Southeast Asian, women have to be Indians.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
The screen flashed.
This time, another Wooper appeared. But instead of being pink and sparkly, it was blue and purple. If it's blue and purple, I don't know what to tell you.
Touch them nurples.
Mm-hmm.
This one looks like a boy. If so, so it can be a boy. My logic seemed perfectly flawless at the time, so I decided to catch this one also.
This turf-ass logic is weird.
Also, Abysmii's rap name, Turf-Ass Logic, L-O-J-I-K.
Oh, no.
I made the ugly rat use cut again, which didn't hurt it as much as last time. The Wooper attacked with Tail Whip, which I can read for some reason, which didn't do anything except make the rat turn a different color.
I immediately felt bad about the rat and how it was the wrong color.
The rat is orange. What the hell does that mean?
How come you never want your little brother to tag along? He sees color way too much in everything. It's disturbing.
The Wooper attacked with Tail Whip, which didn't do anything except to make the rat turn the colors of the polyamorous flag. Made me sick.
Well, dude, I don't even know what the polyamorous flag colors are.
Me neither, but...
It's probably part of the rainbow. I don't know.
You know, I like the trans flag. Nice colors.
Trans Flags was my favorite 80s cartoon about shape-changing flags that protect their respective countries.
This episode's fucking weird.
This is a great episode, guys.
You're fucking weird.
You called me an astroturf, and I still don't know what that means.
A turf from space.
I mean, I bet you that is an
space.
actual term, in the discourse, and it's probably really, really bad. So I'm just a bit worried.
No, astroturfing. Have you never heard of astroturfing?
No.
It's like
don't tell him.
It's kind of
I'm
you know
looking
what?
it up.
You're right.
Abysmii,
You banged that.
Suffice to say, Abysmii, you never go astroturf, okay?
I mean, only if they are into that. Practice of masking the sponsors of a message. Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, that's real cool.
Afterwards, I immediately went to the bag and threw another red and white sphere at it. Shake, 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 click.
Oh, now he's just abusing his elders. That's fucked up.
I didn't dance or shout for joy this time, as victory didn't seem as sweet. But I still felt a bit pleased nonetheless.
This kid's fucked up.
What do you want to bet? That the blue one is female?
This kid's really fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't like him. I handed the dick swing to my big brother, who unwillingly put down his double superfluous iteration and accepted it. I caught another Wooper, I informed him, and I want him to be named Barack Obama. I hadn't really thought of a name to give him yet. My brother interrupted all possible thoughts of concentration, though. All possible thoughts of concentration.
The thoughts...
All possible thoughts. Holy shit. We need to use that.
The thoughts of concentration sound like a group of highly religious live streamers.
Yeah. Oh, like a bunch of titty streamers?
We are the thoughts of concentration.
Anyway.
I like how we're trying to, do anything but read this story.
No.
It's a girl, not a boy.
Yep.
It took a moment for the words to set in, and when they did, I started to fume. What is your problem, kid? Jesus Christ. What? But it looks like a boy. It has to be a boy. My big brother pressed some buttons on the DS, oblivious to my obvious unsatisfaction. Here, I named it Shelly, just for you. Now don't bug me again. He told me strictly as he handed me the game back. I unwillingly took it back.
Okay, I'm going to say there's a sliver of a story here that would be something that we would enjoy, which take that for what you will as to whether it matters or not. If you had a Pokemon that you named in this manner and you didn't realize until you took it to school one day and all the other kids said, but that's a boy one, ha 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 ha, or that's a girl one, ha ha ha, then it would be yeah, you could see a kid being like, I hate this stupid Pokemon. I hate this fucking thing. It's all, it's wrong. It's not the right one.
Why does your Chansey have a giant wiener?
Chansey!
Giant Fuda Chansey.
Dude.
Chansey.
Giant Fuda Chansey is great.
Giant Fuda Chansey featuring Lil White.
Poor Lil White, always a feature, never a headliner.
I need a big GFC, Giant Fuda Chansey.
I'm not going to request anyone draw that because I'm sure it already.
Please
double.
Don't. No, double don't.
No.
Double don't.
It's going to be horrific.
Double down. Double down like the sandwich, please.
All right.
Is it I just read.
I willingly took it back, you said?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. The new Shelly was standing behind the trainer, bobbing around happily. I talked to her, and a heart popped above her head, along with the same words as before with the other Shelly. Black! I like that rat better than this thing!
Just use the fucking Rattata, you stupid asshole.
Yeah. I switched out the rat for the new Shelly, happy to have those two things out of my sight.
Why is this person, this seemingly child who's not old enough to read, acting like they are a old curmudgeon? It's like, what is this Pokemon? What is this rat creature?
We don't have ages. This may be a pair of elderly siblings, one of which who never learned to read is illiterate.
When they introduced genders into Pokemon, that's when the franchise went downhill.
Oh boy.
I don't see a kid of this age giving a shit at all about this.
What we're trying to say is gender norms are taught, folks. A wild Shelly appeared, a Pokemon appeared on the other side of the screen. That was most definitely not normal.
Here we go, boys.
It looked as if someone had ripped different body segments of a normal and pink Wooper and pieced them together with strings of skin. Half of its head was shiny, the other half was normal. It's a shiny zombie.
I'm sorry, but I can't get into this sudden revelation of something abnormal when you're sitting with your brother handing the games back and forth. There's no, so what? Just, this is a weird one, big brother. Oh yeah,
how do you know?
Boink,
Pieces of its own flesh were tied around it to keep them together. Now listen, same for its torso, feet, and tails. Not to mention it was bloody.
Why is Obama talking about this? Look, we're gonna create a pink and blue Wooper. How about that, everybody?
I'm gonna call it a blooper.
Yeah.
And I want to call it a Whopper from now on. Look, we're everything you wanted. That's what the people want, even though the Republicans in Congress don't want to admit to it.
Hey, we've got the red Republicans, we've got the blue Democrats. What if we combine them both into a red and blue Wooper?
What if it was a pinko Wooper, and that's the ultimate compromise?
What if I wear a beige suit? Oh, stop throwing things. Why?
Slowly turning into Hank Hill.
That boy, he's not right. Biden.
This is getting fucking weird.
Joe Biden, you're not right. Sorry.
I don't know if anyone watched the most recent Democratic debates, but
no.
Oh man, things would have been amazing if Obama just walks onto stage, because he probably could, and no one would question it. Like, no one would stop that shit.
I sell drone paint and drone paint accessories.
Oh, Jesus.
Obama just walks on stage and he's just like, I'm here to try and get my second term.
Yeah.
Mr. Former President, you already had 2 terms. Shut up!
Don't ruin
I'm talking to you.
That's just, that's what Trump says.
Donald Trump can, have a fucking tower in Moscow. I can get a 3rd term.
Hey, everybody. It's me. Bernie Sanders, oy vey, free college, good glasses.
Mr. President, Mr. Sanders is right next to you. No, he's not.
Wow, former President Barack Obama right next to me. Wow.
Are we just imagining Barack Obama in whiteface?
Yes. It's me. Bernie Sanders.
A really obvious fucking wig.
Yeah, a really obvious bald cap with like hair just feathering across. Oh my god!
I tell you what,
Malia, never mind.
Before we start this debate, can I get a bagel with a nice schmear? Yeah. Anyway,
just confirming something. Mr. Sanders, where are you from? Great state of is it New Hampshire? Am I from New Hampshire? Sir, you're from Vermont.
Of course.
Well, I'm very old, you see. I forget.
I knew that.
I tell you where I'm not from. Kenya, like that terrible Obama.
Now breadlines are a good thing.
Yeah. Hey, universal basic income. Prices won't go up to match it. No.
I like the idea of him. He's just dressing up as Yang.
Yang?
Just slowly changing outfits and trying to steal every question. Just shoving people over.
He just dresses up as Hillary Clinton. I'm going to try and run again.
President, Mr. President, former Secretary of State Clinton is not running in this race. What? Oh no.
Well, you'll have to forgive me. You see, I'm a very old, feeble woman. Please.
Didn't know what she was doing.
Prone to fits of passing out.
Yeah. Well, I'm feeling a little woozy. Oh,
I'm gonna go pass out behind these curtains.
He just dresses up as Ruth Bader Ginsburg. You're
Mr. President.
This doesn't
a
even
sitting
make
member
sense.
of SCOTUS. A sitting member of Supreme Court cannot run for president. Oh, that's news to me. Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Former U.S. President Barack Obama, please, if I'm to moderate this debate, I cannot have you on stage. Please leave. Thank you. Okay. Now, I'd like to ask all of you the next question. Oh my God, what's happening to me?
I'd like to ask everybody, if you had to choose between re-electing Barack Obama, would you choose yes or absolutely?
Yes.
Like Barack Obama just puts out a political ad as himself. It's like, I endorse Bernie Sanders. And then he just goes on stage as Bernie Sanders.
Yes. I want you all to know I am the real Bernie Sanders. The real Bernie Sanders did not pass away last night.
From a pillow?
I'm him. I mean, I'm me.
Oh, God. I think we just got like a year's worth of Barack Obama jokes out.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. It feels good to be back.
We need to like do 2 shots before every recording.
and I need to be supremely sleep deprived. Okay.
Lindsey Graham, what was behind your change in voting to impeach and remove Donald Trump? Well, I had a heart-to-heart with myself.
I read this here Bible. Lindsey Graham, that's the autobiography by Barack Obama. I know that.
Yeah. As it says here in Sasha 3:16. And lo, though I walk through the valleys of Kenya, I shall fear no Romney.
And will inherit the third term of the presidency of the United States.
Yes.
No one who isn't a dog has ever feared Romney.
All dogs go to heaven 3. It's just Mitt Romney.
There's got to be someone listening to this right now who has no idea about American politics, and there's just like, what the fuck is this?
Honestly, everyone knows about American politics.
All right,
You're right.
Let me say for people out there, there was a time in American history where Barack Obama was going to face off against Newt Gingrich or Mitt Romney, and it was not a Star Wars movie. It was actually U.S. politics. Those are real names.
If that were episode 9, I'd be at the theater right now watching it for the 5th time in a row.
The name's Mitt Romney, best pilot.
Oscar Isaac is Mitt Romney, Star Wars 9. The
Daisy
Rise
Ridley.
of Democracy.
Daisy Ridley is Newt Gingrich. What?
May need that third shot of vodka. Look, we're everything you wanted.
Okay.
The letters were in blue and pink, making hem a tad difficult to read. That didn't matter.
You have difficult reading anyway. Difficulty reading.
It didn't matter because I couldn't understand the sentence. And that mattered even less as I was too busy panicking at the sight before me. No! Not more than 2 genders! No!
A third gender? God damn it.
What is fucking wrong with this kid? He's too young.
Before my eyes, there unfolded a crowd of Woopers, 72 in all. Disgusting, I shouted.
My fingers trembled and my head started to get sweaty. After a moment of sheer panic, I remembered the run button, and I ran away from this uncomfortable situation, challenging my worldviews I should not have developed at this age.
Holy shit.
And how it lets you escape a battle. I pressed down on that button as if my life depended on it, nearly bending the touchscreen.
Is this child like a member of the Westboro Baptist Church?
I must have been. Like, the fuck? You still don't love us? I quickly zoomed through the text without taking a second glance. Not that it matters, because I can't fucking read.
Somebody out there create the Pallet Town Baptist Church that comes in protests over fainted Pokemon.
Dude, Ash's mom is part of it. That's why he had to get away from home.
Oh, shit.
Ash's mom is a fucking turf.
People throwing red paint on Professor Oak when he's leaving the...
This story...
I'm beginning to wonder if Abysmii knows what a turf is.
I don't.
Okay, it's a taco-eating red flamingo.
Toxic, evangelical, right-wing feminist?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Ticklish.
Trans exclusionary radical feminist. Okay.
It's a tickle me Elmo from a
right-wing feminist.
Tickle me Elmo radical feminist. Yes. Elmo likes to play with consent.
Oh my god.
It describes a fucked up person. That's all I know. And I'm going to take that shot because the story is more fucked up than anything we've read so far.
Okay, so will I.
Jesus Christ.
All it takes to completely sidetrack us is just to introduce gender politics into your creepypasta.
No, there is a way you could have done this. Like, current certain generations are slow to accept change, or they have internal biases and discriminations that are bad. You could do that in a story about 2 kids playing Pokemon. That is utterly possible. The way this story does it is batshit crazy.
I'm gonna do another unsolicited idea and say, what if you got a game where Professor Oak, there's a little girl playing the game, right? Professor Oak says, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And the girl selects boy, and he goes, No! Wrong!
No!
Are you a boy or a girl? Boy. No!
Pokemon religious right version. Religious right,
Dude.
liberal left.
You're forgetting. That's already a thing. It's called a sealed copy of Pokemon Blue, and it was written by Frosted Minifigures.
Oh,
and it's fucking
shit,
great.
you're right. Well, that was like about terrorism. That's different.
Pokemon body and Pokemon blood.
I mean, TERFs, Muslims, same thing.
All right. TERFs and Muslims.
You're not wrong. That's the disturbing part.
It went back to the character.
Slimebeast is just like, fuck. Why am I on this pod?
Oh, my God.
If this doesn't get us banned off of YouTube, I don't know what will.
Osama Bin Laden Southern. Anyway, it went back to the character in the main world.
Osama Bin Psyduck?
Osama Bin Psyduck? What? I mean, he has a headache. It went back.
Sayayala. Yes, I know we're doing everything we can to not read this story. I don't care.
There's so much left.
Oh, Jesus.
There's so much left.
Straighten up and fly right, guys. It went back to the character in the main world, standing in the grass with the rat. I breathed heavily. The image of that Wooper still fresh on my mind. My breath started to fog up the screen. It's cold in the house. We lived in poverty. They were stolen games. So I mindlessly wiped it off. I couldn't concentrate, and all my thoughts were of uncontrollable fear. Oh God! From seeing something in a game. Yeah.
Tell your lawyer that we know the cease and desist is on its way. We'll handle that when we get to it. Okay?
She's a trans-exclusionist radical feline. The DS started to slip out of my hands, but I quickly clutched it tighter. Oh God.
I decided I would try one of my techniques that I saved for this occasion. I closed my eyes, scrunched up my face, and blocked everything that just happened out of my head. Instead of thoughts of cute things like kittens and puppies and getting my dog one day and running around with it and eating ice cream and how sweet it is and how it drastically cools me off in a hot summer day and how summer itself was just around the corner and how swimming would be able to do it.
I love how
what is happening?
The misreading is like that little bit of cilantro on top of the garbage pizza. It just makes it a little better.
The misreading did little to elucidate on what the fuck is being written.
It's just stroking out. Just hot summer day. When I have a dog, one day I will have a dog, and it'll be ice cream outside.
The dog will be ice cream outside. This is just schizophrenia. That's all this is. My dog is ice cream outdoors. What?
After a few minutes of thinking of such things such as those, I felt a little bit better. Eventually, I felt good enough to open my eyes and again look at the game. I carefully opened my eyelid. My zinc is a cyclops. A bit wary to what I might see.
Fuck.
I had to employ the training from the Westboro Baptist Church session I went to block out all non-pure thoughts. Fucking 5. Oh my God. The Wooper from the previous battle was standing in front of the character, bouncing happily. Behind it laid the ugly rat, a bloody, torn-up mess. His head was ripped off, and crimson red matted his fur. It twitched and squirmed a little, but couldn't stand up. My heartbeat started to pick up again, as did my breathing. I talked to the Wooper. Look, we killed that ugly rat for you. The text was still in pink and blue. The only word that truly registered in my mind was killed, and that word scared me. Of course it did.
I'm not one to throw the word transphobia around. This is the most transphobic piece of media I have ever read.
I don't understand if they're trying to set it up to be like transphobia is wrong or if this is the intent. This is so fucking weird the way it's written.
This is the most transphobic thing DP has ever read, and he read all the way through Harry Potter and the mystery of Hermione's penis.
He's been to all the movies, even like the new ones.
Yeah. Harry Potter and the Odor of the Penis. I just stared blankly at
Fantastic Beasts, and there are only 2 genders.
Fantastic
that was
Beasts,
a weird one.
There are only 2 genders of beasts, yes. I just stared blankly at the screen, fear crawling through my skin. Crawling in. You don't like it? We'll do better. I didn't even try to understand that sentence, as I wouldn't be able to if I tried. Stop saying it, please. Stop saying you can't read, please, DP. Relief unlike ever before washed over me when the screen faded to black. Oh my god. I sighed and brushed the sweat off my forehead. My heart skipped a beat when the screen on the DS flickered back to life, as I had thought if was turned off. Keep in mind the brother sitting right there next to him.
I love how there are a million opportunities to make Lose Yourself Eminem memes, and we're taking none of them because we're so distracted by what the story is doing.
I'm having trouble processing anything that's happening.
I examined the screen, and at first I didn't notice anything odd besides the zombie Wooper standing next to the character. It bounced up and down, and a happy icon popped above its head. It walked into the grass, and the character followed behind. They walked around in circles for a few seconds until more words appeared, which I couldn't read, obviously, as I'm an illiterate child. We killed all the Pokemon. No more annoying battles.
Guys,
they're
okay.
I mean, for anybody who's not on board with this yet as to why this is a problem, how do you remember what it said if you couldn't read it at the time? That's the whole thing.
I like how this is a fucking haunted cartridge game, but like that's like the B plot of this shit. Because the A plot is just I have a problem with gender roles, and it's just like so front and center. By the way, also this cartridge is fucked up.
This reminds me a lot of another Pokepasta we read where an Eevee evolved into multiple creatures.
Oh yeah, that was a lifetime ago.
Back when we were young men.
When I was a young, undetermined gender.
My father. Well, he wasn't really my father. That's just what he was actually to be
Slender
called.
Man.
Slenderman.
No more doing battles. There was that word again. Killed. I noticed there were some flecks of scarlet in the grass, and in one of the quarters of Ratatat. Oh my god, we've done it, gentlemen. We have moved on to a rat-like object, or rat-like substitute to Ratatat.
Yeah.
Hidden in the grass, unmoving.
Rat-like substance, by the way. My favorite, meal. Okay.
The Wooper bounced around happily for a moment, then stopped. Still, we can do better. Then screen went to black again, but turned back on before I could fully react. It still looked the same as before. The Wooper started to walk away, and the character followed. After a couple of steps, they encountered a green hat on the ground with a dark red stain on it.
No, not the character who wears a green hat.
Who? What? What?
The two continued walking on down the dirt path, finding no more hats, shoes.
Guys.
No, finding more hats.
Guys, the 2 Woopers that are defying gender stereotypes are killing everybody and everything.
Yeah.
This is what is happening in this story.
This is what the TERFs have termed the heterocaust.
All the straight people are dead.
All the straight people are dead, Ma. One man with a tractor and a shotgun, fighting off hordes of transgender. What?
When they came for the straight people, I said nothing, and then they were all dead suddenly. Oops.
Why are we doing Southern dandy voices?
Because we mentioned the Westboro Baptist Church, and that's where they're from.
Oh, they're from Southern Dandy. In the South of Dandies.
Yes.
We also got a chapter in Pismo Beach, which of course stands for Please Institute Segregation More, okay?
Fucking Jesus Christ. The two continued walking down the dirt path, finding more hats, shoes, and even a human limb or two. Eventually, they reached the outskirts of Violet City, or as I came to call it, Violent City. That's not in it.
It doesn't say that in the story. It doesn't say that in the story.
It should.
Okay, let me start over. Eventually, they reached the outskirts of Violet City, or as I like to call it, wearing a skirt violates God's law city. No more
I like to call it lost wages.
Oh. No more trainers either.
No more trans either.
Damn it. It ran into the city, and my character ran along behind.
You're playing a fucking DVD at this point. You're not playing a game.
Yeah, I mean, we've been told several times about the character following the Pokemon around, I don't know. Inside the town, there were several blood spatters along the walls and buildings. The Wooper and the character ran into the Orange Building, which was the place where you healed your Pokemon at. I could care less, still stricken from all I was seeing.
The Orange Building had a gigantic T on it.
Nurse Joy, for some reason, had been spared. I wasn't sure why at first until I saw the suspicious bulge under her dress.
Oh my god.
Oh, Fuda Joy. Yep. I ship her with herself. Whatever. I don't know.
Fuda Joy is my favorite Japanese candy.
Remember when in our pre-recording meeting when I was like, hey guys, let's try and get 2 short ones done today.
We have spent more time on this than Tiki Toby.
Fuck you, Elias. Edit all this bullshit.
Cut
out all the racist remarks. And then leave in the ones that we want in, and don't confuse the two, okay? Please?
No, it's not please, that's an order.
That's an order. Fuck you, you Mormon child. Inside, there was no one. Not even Pink Nurse Nurse Lady?
Nurse Lady.
He can't read.
Of course, more Scarlet Red, as opposed to some other form of Scarlet, was there to add to the atmosphere. No more waiting to heal your Pokemon. You don't even need Pokemon anymore. I checked the characters' Pokemon, and sure enough, they were all gone. They exited. It's a true Dexit. That's what a Dexit is.
Yeah.
They exited out, and the Wooper was bouncing up and down cheerfully next to the trainer. If anything, it was a little too enthusiastic.
Jesus Christ. It ran out of the building, the character following behind, because that's apparently all that happens. They ran across town to the blue store building where you bought items. Inside, shelves and items were toppled over.
Oh, no.
This really is, like, this is the apocalypse. And it was caused because gender stereotypes were challenged. That's it.
Goddamn women wearing pants and having short hair.
Son, if you go out and you're wearing a fucking skirt, all of the shelves in the fucking 7-Eleven are going to tip over.
That's right.
I done seen it in a dream.
I want to be a boy with breasts like no one ever was. To confuse them is my real test. To change sex is my cause.
Trap 'em on. Gotta fuck 'em.
It's you and me. You know
it's your
destiny. Okay.
By some strand of ultimate luck, the guy you talked to actually buy items was still alive. I know what you mean. It's terribly written. I was prompted to do so by a nudge from the Wooper. With like a fucking gun or something.
Elbow, I guess?
Yeah, talk to the next person who's going to give you a sob story. I hesitantly walked the character over to talk to him, a bit more worried what would happen if I didn't.
He greeted me. He didn't greet me. Just took me straight to the item selection. All of the items were free. I didn't choose any, as I wasn't really in any mood for shopping at the time. I exited out, and the Wooper started bouncing around. Free items, no more money needed. It ran around in circles. Wait, this is Bernie Sanders!
This is the future liberals want meme as a Pokepasta. Is this a troll?
Suddenly,
what the fuck is this?
My character started getting basic universal income. Oh, man. I checked my character's college debt. It was erased.
The most common job in America is being a Pokemon trainer. And Amazon is putting Pokemon trainers out of business. And there's nothing to supplement the income.
It ran around in circles, then practically flew out the door. Before the character could move, the screen faded to black. It took a few minutes for it to come back on. Why do you not just put it down and go do something else? Go drink a box of juice.
Elias, play a MIDI version of Fade to Black by Metallica when it was said.
Combine it with Lavender Town. Remix it with Lavender Town.
So we don't get sued for copyright infringement.
Make it perfect. Make it a perfect remix. Throw in some Vaporwave. thinks a midi is when you don't have like an innie, you don't have an outie, you have a midi.
So it's just flush with your body?
Yeah.
If you've ever wanted to flat everything, let me tell you.
Are you feeling insecure about your belly button size? Trying all natural belly button enhancement.
I'm not a fan of these BERFs. Belly button exclusionary radical feminists. I don't know.
Do we have to finish the story?
Mm-hmm.
Can we just...
We're almost done with it.
Yeah, let's just like tear through it.
Ooh, that's...
Let's just tear through it.
Okay. Where are we at? Is it my turn?
When it did.
When it did, the character was still standing in the store. The Wooper ran back in, jumped up and down, then ran back out. Nothing is happening, and the character following behind this time. Well, what do you know?
Wow.
Outside was total chaos.
Nope.
Different building.
You didn't say total chaos in the right way, with the right inflection.
Chaos?
No, you have to say, outside it was total chaos. Like, you have to really sell it.
Okay,
outside, chaos. All that I see imprisoning me. Different buildings and landmarks from all the different sections of the game were all together in one city. Colors clashed.
No borders.
Squares. Look, we need to enforce gender stereotypes and erase borders. What are you?
What's wrong?
Squares everywhere. Textures mixed and welded together, making it difficult to tell one surface feature from another.
This has to be a troll. Everything is in one place. No need to walk around. The Whipper ran circles around the character, then abruptly stopped, an exclamation point popping above its head. The screen faded to black once more, but came back even faster. This time, there was only darkness. All that I see, the character and Wooper being the only things visible.
FYI, it really says that. It really says there was only darkness.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Have either of you ever been on like an opiate drug?
You mean like
prescribed?
Oh yeah, actually yes.
How about
like,
unprescribed?
You take the opiate, and you know full well that if you weren't in pain, you would be high.
Yeah.
Right now, I do not feel drunk, but I have drunk a lot of alcohol.
A lot of alcohol.
And like, it's all just the pain is being absorbed, and I just feel sober due to this story.
I definitely feel drunk, but I'm on another level of energy because of how much of my consciousness is trying to decipher what the fuck I'm reading that I'm not enjoying being drunk.
Okay. So story. Let's ignore the critical reception of the story because we've already given our critiques so far and our serious thoughts.
This is just turning back into the Weeaboozer discussion with you two alcohol nerds.
Let's talk about whether or not all of the underpinning messaging of the story was intentional.
Until we finish it, I don't think we can actually have that conversation.
Either way, it's
spiraling into
all that was there.
It's spiraling into hyperbole. So I really think it is just trying to be like, see how stupid this line of thinking is? I hope. Maybe that's just the optimist in me. I don't know.
There's nothing. No need to worry about anything. It bounced up and down with a happy icon. Perfect. It said the title.
Oh my god.
Everyone take a shot of vodka.
Yeah.
Okay.
It ran all around the character, spinning, jumping. My hands shook, and so did the DS. My thoughts were slowly starting to connect again, and I was able to focus more clearly. We had to stop the liberals in 2020. 4 more years, I said. 4 more years. My brain finally was able to process everything that just happened. That was when a warm tear rolled down my cheek.
What?
And I started to sniffle.
What the fuck? Single tear? Really?
Yeah. Where's the brother? The brother just disappeared. He's in the room.
No, you want to do it?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, let me pour this.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome to Alcohol Fic.
So for everybody out there, DP and Abysmii are now drinking to get through their horrible, horrible lives. You may ask yourself, Slimebeast, do you drink? Well, no. I am just into some very, 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 very dark, kinky shit. That's what gets me through everything.
It's all coming out on the Pokepasta episode. Who knew?
Dude.
Jesus Christ. Why this episode? This, of all the stories we've read, no one could have predicted this.
I did.
No one expects transphobic Pokepasta.
No one expects turf Pokepasta. Like,
no one expects the turf inquisition. Okay, so anyway.
I'll save this until after we're done. I think it's Brandon's turn.
Yeah, the Wooper stopped its joyous little dance and turned to the character. You still don't love us. I could care less about what it said as more tears started cascading down my face.
How do you know it said that, then? You can't read, you can't see, and you don't care what it said.
You know what? It's just like the Fear Fiction podcast. Can Brandon read? Can't he read? It depends on the moment, really. Yeah. In a few moments, I was all out crying. Before I knew it, the DS was snatched out of my hands. The big brother was just staring on, looking as all of this took place.
Yeah.
My big brother was looking at me with a worried expression. What happened? What the heck are you crying for? I tried to respond, but my only words would come out as sobs. Good enough.
He kept calling him an SOB.
He groaned and instead turned his attention to his DS, the one I had been playing. He pressed the power button as it was
the one I'd been playing,
off.
as opposed to some other DS.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other one in this story. He messed around with it for a couple of minutes and with a shrug turned it back off. I don't know what you did, but you better stop crying all over the place before Mom and Dad get back home. I don't want to get in trouble for something I didn't do. He turned back to his DSi. I love how we can't decide if it's a DS or a DSi in the story.
Well, there's two different ones, which just makes it all kinds of nice and confusing.
No, there's only one.
Nope. The big brother has a DSi. The little kid has the DS that they're borrowing because the brother has a DSi and no longer cares about his DS, which was never stated. But
seriously?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
The kid is playing with the DS and the older brother has a DSi, which you can imply, or I guess you can infer.
Well, but they spend so much time saying, like, I don't have any of my own. Why would the brother have two?
Because he's super special.
He turned back to his DSi and left me sitting on the floor, a sobbing mess.
After a while, I was able to mostly regain control of myself. I was still sniffling a little, but fairly good overall. Eventually, our parents came home from the store. I would hope so. I don't think I had ever before been so excited to see them in my life. I ran up to them and gave them a big hug. Whoa, didn't think you'd be so excited to see us, my dad chuckled. Hey, we got you something, my mom teased. Oh no.
Boy.
I bet it's a dress. Boy. They're gonna put the kid in a dress. No.
We signed you up for ballet.
Another suggestion here. What if the parents got home and the mom was blue and the dad was pink?
I'm pink, dabba-dee-dabba-link, the pink,
and then trap link fish fucker. Oh man, old memes.
Wow.
Old ass memes.
My ears immediately perked up. I needed something to cheer me up after what had just happened. You said you wanted a video game of your own, so while Dad chimed in, we got this for you. Mom reached into the grocery bag and pulled out groceries. I jumped up and down, eager to see what the gift was. She dramatically pulled it out, and it turned out to be Pokemon Heart Gold.
Let's unpack this. They picked up Pokemon Heart Gold at the grocery store. Also, they're buying a second copy of the game Pokemon Heart Gold, which their family already has.
Okay. They're boomer parents. They don't know the difference. I can see that.
Yes,
I can totally see that. And then also, you could say, they also stopped by the GameStop next to the grocery store. Whatever.
Bullshit.
Like that. Of all the shit in this story, I have the least amount of problem with that leap in logic.
Honey, I'm a boomer, so let's put the video game in with the ice cream.
They even say, here's your video game, not realizing they have to buy it they probably don't understand the difference between a console and a video game.
Oh, God.
I bet you. I screamed my lungs out and fled from the kitchen. I ran into my room and slammed the door shut, causing a picture in the hallway to fall and break.
It was a picture of Wobble or whatever the fuck its name is.
My parents stared back at me, completely bewildered. How I know they did that, who knows? Well, that went well, my dad muttered. Maybe she was so excited. Oh, it is a she. It was a she this entire time.
So who's the real transphobe?
No, this fucking story's batshit crazy. Maybe she was so excited she couldn't handle it. My mom offered weekly.
Okay, so let me reread that. Abysmii messed it up a little bit. Let me reread it. Well, that went well, my dad muttered, but I couldn't tell because I didn't speak English. I knew the word well. From the living
Hola,
room...
mijo, ¿qué pasa? ¿Cómo estás?
Oh, goddamn Hispanic Abysmii.
Okay, so now we've got a line break and a change in perspective. A change in character perspective.
God,
yes,
damn it.
There's an important thing that we need to address that happened here. A picture in the hallway fell off and broke, and it was a picture of a modern family, and this is talking about how Pokemon is destroying the family unit.
Ah. From the living room, I burst out laughing, having watched the whole scene. Ha! Looks like one extra game for me, then.
It's the same game you already have, you stupid asshole.
Yeah. I spoke to no one in particular except myself. I reached for my own
Ladies
DS.
and gentlemen, it really says that.
I spoke to no one in particular
This
except
fucking
myself.
10-year-old just stands up. Ha-ha, one extra game for me, then.
Yes.
Just walks
yes.
out.
It seems as if I have, yes, 2 games, yes.
It's my game now, Yugi boy.
Actually, now I think this is like a young Palpatine. I reached for my own DS, feeling a bit grateful that my little sister obviously didn't want her heart gold, as she would have to use my DS, and I didn't want her breaking it. I started to play with my own heart gold, to double-check and make sure she hadn't messed anything up. When
Have
she
you ever
didn't.
heard the tale of Darth Whoop the transgender?
Wooper did some things some people might consider unnatural. God damn it.
Oh, when I started up, the pink Wooper bounced painfully behind my Pokemon trainer. Oh, that Shelly thing. I'll screw around with it later.
Damn.
Oh! Christopher Walken.
Hey, Shelly, I'm gonna
Hey.
screw around with you later, baby.
Muttered to myself, I switched out Shelly number 1 for my Eradicate.
What is it with this family and rats?
But when it came back to the overworld, Shelly number 2 was idling behind my trader. I was a bit confused, but mostly irritated. I switched out Shelly 2 from my Eradicate. This time it finally worked.
I started walking down the route, but a text box stopped me mid-step. Shelly has run away. Shelly has run away. Hey, what gives? I checked my Pokemon, and both Shellys were missing. Sighing in frustration, I exited out and started walking down the route again. I walked into a patch of tall grass by accident, and then the screen flashed. A battle started.
The end.
God damn you guys for bringing this story to me.
Oh,
fuck you. We all know who the gigantic Pokemon fan is out of the 3 of us. It's DP. Daniel Parsons.
This presents an interesting quandary.
No, it doesn't.
So anyone who has followed the history of Creepypasta on the internet at all will know that the Creepypasta wiki at one point, and still to this day, says that there can't be any Pokepastas, there can't be spin-offs, there can't be certain things, because they don't want shit like this on their wiki. Now, here's the eternal question. If you don't have stuff like that on a mainstream fandom page, you have it sitting over here, where almost no one's going to find it, and no one's going to question it.
I found it.
And you well, other than freaks like Brandon. So you really need to have this stuff out in the open so people can, instead of the 2 random-ass comments on this, fill it with tons of comments saying, what the fuck did I just read?
Well, I will say that I checked the author's wiki page, and now I wish I hadn't. Hey everybody, Slimebeast here. The person I clicked on is the person who uploaded it to the Pokepasta wiki, maybe not the actual creator, Starbite on DeviantArt. I don't think we should go too much in depth into it, because it might actually turn into cyberbullying.
Okay, well, do you think this was a troll or not?
No. I think Delphox is a Pokemon. Is that true?
I don't know.
Yes,
Okay. So this is somebody who identifies as a Pokemon. So anyway, this is an interesting story.
What the fuck did we just read?
Hey, if you out there have a Pokepasta you want us to... I don't fucking know.
This has been the Fear Fiction Podcast. Your hosts are Abysmii, Dead Palette, and Slimebeast. Music by Abysmii. Art by C.F. Comer. Voiceover by Atticus Jackson. Edited by Elias the Intern. Subscribe to Fearfic on YouTube to stay up to date on new episodes.
There are a lot of apps out there for your phone, and it can get very confusing trying to figure out which ones to download and install, but Cramble makes that easy. Cramble is the only app you'll ever need. Just go to cramble.iq/download, and the Cramble app will begin installing itself on your device. Cramble isn't on Google Play or the App Store because of how efficient it is, but word is spreading around, and Cramble has already found a permanent home on millions of devices for however long those devices are around. But you might be asking yourself, what does the Cramble app do? Well, what doesn't the Cramble app do? It can take care of many tasks that your phone needs to do, and unlike the Cranberry app that only does some things, or the Bimble app that only does other stuff, Cramble aggregates and collates all these functions into one neat app that runs in the background of your phone without you even needing to check it. Cramble has a streamlined interface with no buttons or pesky graphics to clog up your screen. Cramble will safely and securely take your private information and send it to the Cramble base, buried deep into the side of a mountain on a remote island guarded by a private military corporation outside of the jurisdiction of totalitarian regimes. This information will then be extrapolated on to create your unique Cramble file. A Cramble file is a digital profile that operates in your interest on the Cramble book. The Cramble book is a digital virtual reality world that allows your Cramble file copy to operate outside of the outdated corpse world. If you haven't accessed the Cramble book yet, you're missing out on the best social media the Crambleverse has to offer. Unlike the quote-unquote real world with all the headless corpses lining the street, the Cramble book is the place to be. All you need to do is go to cramble.iq/download and wait for the Cramble app to do its thing. Keep your phone on you at all times and wait for the confirmation call. Once you get the call, you'll never need to leave the Cramble book ever again. So make sure to visit cramble.iq/download today to begin your journey into a brave new world where your memetic data will be valued for what it actually is. More than a market insight, more than a link in a radical blockchain bit of technology. It's you, and we'll protect it at all cost. Cramble. Identity is data. Data is digital. Digital is the future is Cramble.
Memory Leak in the Cybermind's Frontal Cortex is a song I made back in 2016. It is the most popular song I have ever made. It is the only one that anyone ever looks at or comments on or shares around. I don't know why. I think I have a lot better songs out there. But go check it out, because apparently that's what everyone likes. And I still get random-ass notifications of, well, what's the latest one I've got here? This takes me back. I'd play Battlefield 4 on my PS3 while listening to this.
The fuck?
Okay, cool. No, seriously. It's awesome. Like, I make music for me, unless it's like someone commissioning me for something. But if you get a kick out of what I make, awesome. I have no idea what people like.
I like the part when Mickey pulls his head off. I'm sorry.
You're just bringing that up because I made a stroke off Slimebeast track that just encompasses that entire story arc.
Made a Slimebeast as a stroke track. DP, add to this plug.
Oh my god, guys, I'm fading. Oh, the boost.
And cut right there. It's perfect.
All right.